This story you're about to listen is going to shock you. This is a story of two teenagers, a boy and a girl, who live together somewhere in Lagos, known as Shogunle. Though, in the eyes of people within the area, these two teenagers were seen as siblings, but something was actually going on behind the scene. So, this is the story of Timini and Victoria, two teenagers at the age of 19 and 21 who has been living together for the past 6 months. And this is the story. Okay, Timini and Victoria met in the area where they were staying at Shogunle number 4, Ota Jua Street. According to people who live within the premises, they say they have been seeing these people together for past 3 to 4 months, and many thought they were siblings because of the age difference, the height difference, and the similar looks they both had on their face, making them look like siblings or relative. But nobody knew something was going on much more than relative and blood. So Timini was 21 years and Victoria, who was the girl, is actually 19 years old. And they have been staying together for the past 6 months in a face me and face you kind of building, which is a very popular kind of building within this area. So as of the time, they said Timini was the one who actually paid for the house, and he has been staying in the area for close to a year, and most people already know him. And he goes to work very early in the morning. He barely talks to people, and he comes back late at night, and he sleeps without even saying hi to the neighbors. Sometimes on Sundays, neighbors are the one who go to his door to knock and check up on him to know how he's doing because he's always quiet, and many people felt he was the kind of person to keep around as a friend, not knowing there was something behind. Timini and Victoria actually met in the area, though some people say they have seen Victoria around, but not with Timini. Not until Victoria and Timini started talking, and that was when they noticed they have been staying together. So some people in the premises had asked Timini if Victoria and him was related, but Timini will always smile and just shake off the question and say, was it even necessary to know? So many people never felt the urge to force them to talk, but they just knew they were two teenagers living together. Probably one is an adult already. So Timini and Victoria has been sleeping together, doing things together, and actually living the kind of life couples do live. Yes, they have been doing everything together. Not until Timini started giving this strange character within the area and people started noticing this kind of frown on his face. Though Timini used to have a very smiley face, but he never talks to anyone. But recently, he started having this kind of frowning and angry look on his face. And that was when they started questioning Victoria, what is wrong with your brother? And she will always tell them that nothing, that he's fine, maybe work is stressful or cool. Sometimes at night, Timini will raise his hand and beat Victoria. People will come to separate them. And it kept on going on for months, weeks, and days. And people thought it was just usual brother beating sister. But let me tell you the truth. Victoria and Timini were actually dating, and they have been dating for the past 6 months that they met each other. And before Victoria moved in with Timini, she was chased out of her house by her wicked aunt who brought her from Lagos. Though many people said she was wicked, but according to the story, they said Victoria, who the aunt brought from village to stay in Lagos to help her in her shop and also assist her in taking care of the kids, who were actually moving around with different boys. And the auntie got fed up and chased her out of the house. And that was when she met Timini. Though it was said that Timini was one of the boys that she was actually meeting then. And when she met Timini, they started living together because she had no place to go. So she moved in with Timini, and Timini took the advantage. Oh, she's a girl and I'm a guy. Timini had to welcome her into his house, and he used the opportunity to be sleeping with her and doing all manner of stuff with her. And whenever he sees her with any other guy in the premises, he beats her up, shout at her, throw her things out, and people will beg, and he will return her back into the house. This has been going on for a couple of months, and not until Victoria actually got a job within the premises, and this job was given to her by an allergy who has actually been making some close intimacy move towards Victoria. So Victoria has been avoiding, but because she was scared of Timini, she told Timini the main plan and told him that this allergy wanted to give her a job, that he will be paying her 100,000 monthly, but he also proposed to sleep with her and give her 1 million naira. So Timini at first was angry, but when he had a million naira, which he has never seen before, and the job he was doing at the time, he was being paid 25,000 naira. So seeing such amount of money actually made greed to take over him. And Timini accepted, okay, sleep with him. He gives you the 1 million naira. we'll make a video and we will also set him up. So they proceeded with the plan, though Victoria was scared and she doesn't want to cheat on Timini, but since Timini has actually accepted, she agreed to do it, that they will take the money and move to a different city. Now, Victoria went and slept with the Alaji who actually paid her 1 million naira. And because the Alaji was so satisfied, he actually gave her extra 500,000 naira to keep and do other things for herself. Now, when Victoria came back, she forgot to make the video as Timini has instructed her to do, and that got Timini upset. And Timini took the 1 million naira from her, and it led to a fight. And that was when Timini discovered that she did not only receive a 1 million naira alert, but extra 500,000. And Timini asked her who actually paid the 500. She said the man gave her that money as just thank you for coming. The 1 million naira was the major agreement. Because of greed, Timini said he wanted all the money first of all in his account and they would talk of what to do with the money next. Victoria refused and it led to a fight, and that was when Timini took something that was the gas cylinder in the room and hit it and slammed it on Victoria's head, and she passed out on the spot. He tried unlocking her phone, which he already knew her password, so it was easy for him, and he unlocked her phone, transferred the 1.5 million to his own account, and that was where he leaked himself. He repacked his things, some of his shoes and clothes, and ran out of the house. People thought he was actually going to work because a lot of people saw him and they heard the scream, but they never knew it was something serious because they have been used to Victoria and Timini always fighting in their room. And that was how Timini ran out of the house and also moved out of Shogunle to a different area. Now, when it's been a few days and nobody noticed what was going on until they started perceiving something smelling from Timini's room, and they kept on knocking and calling him. His number was nowhere, not reachable, and the neighbor decided to break into the house. And when they did, they found the body of Victoria lying down lifeless on the room on the floor. And that was how they raised alarm. They called the police and they started the search for Timini. Timini was later caught after about 4 weeks, and when he was caught, he was actually arrested by the police. But before then, he was beaten like jungle justice by the street boys. And finally, when he was saved by police people and taken to the station, he confessed the crime and everything. And Timini was sentenced to life imprisonment for taking the life of Victoria, and that was actually how their love story ended. Now the house has been sold to a different property developer, and the old house has been broken down into a new mansion. Now it's a hotel and a club. People go there to party, not knowing the real story behind that building they are on. So, what are your thoughts concerning this? If you have a junior one, a senior one who doesn't stay at home, always make sure you know where they are going to. And if you're someone who loves to go out, always tell your family or someone where you are going to for safety reasons. This is the story of Timini and Victoria, two lovebirds who later ended it all in a painful way.